Is it recording? Um, I hope that time is really the charm. Anyway, so been meaning to make this video for quite a while now. So the idea behind this this video showcase the mods I've been building. Actually, let me disable the webcam for now. Hobbies, hide VCD.
OB's video capture device deactive.
So showcase the mods I've been working for. This mod is for assetto corsa, beamng, maybe GTA 5, or maybe arma 3. Originally it was for arma 3. You'll see the various aspects why. It's still got like some of the design thought process for arma 3. So this is a scratch build, designing it from scratch completely. So where is it? That's not it. If any of you guys play Smite, hook me up. So it's an SUV, the size of maybe a little bit bigger than a Humvee, and the idea of it is pure insanity. That's why it's called the Dander. For example, the Raleigh version is called the Savage Dander. Dander means rage, another word for rage in English. So there's gonna be 4 versions. One for normal civilians, followed by a semi-street, and third one will be a GT3 spec, and then finally my favorite, the Savage Dander, which will be a rally spec, and most about drifting as well. I guess, well, all of them will be rear-wheel drive. I was considering 4-wheel drive, but no, that's easy, that's too easy. And yeah, fuck front-wheel drive. Fuck no, it's not going to be front-wheel drive at all. Front-wheel drive is just boring, just plain boring. And if I focus on one platform as well, that will make it a lot faster to deploy, because I'm planning to launching this maybe 4 months time. Right, so it's largely complete in design, but all that's left is to flesh out the details. Like I said, SUV, and one of the reason I built is because I built something which I've always wanted, something which I've never seen before. It's got various inspirations. Right, so this is the interior. One of the very special things about the Dander in general is the telemetry is not at the back. Primal telemetry will be at the hub of the wheel. You know, generally the hub tends to rotate with the steering wheel, but this one will be static. The only thing that will be rotating will be the wheel. Of course, the wheel will be textured, you know, so you could easily see the rotations. You know, like generally when you're drifting, you kind of want to see a reference of what position your steering wheel is, but especially for the ones who are running to drift, because it takes a while to get used to the not looking at the steering wheel when you're drifting. I still need to flesh out more of the details. So like I was saying, another aspect as well which differentiates it from most builds is and most general designs as well, is an SUV with a relatively high height. But to top it off as well, still deciding between 4 seats or 3 seats, but I'm more leaning towards 3 seats. I'll explain that later when I show you the 3D model. So right now, at the front it will have a higher, like at the back it will have a back higher seat. It's for visibility. The other reason I chose this way, because I'm planning on building I'm working on a little VR project of mine, and it's going to be an open world, let's say open world RPG on the lines of APP Reloaded, but with many inspirations from, like, well, space engineers. I'm sure that's kind of shocking, like doesn't really make sense at the point, but I'll give more details later on. Right, so height differences in different seats, because multiplayer wise, also it was built for Arma 3, also makes sense why I'll explain when I show you the 3D model. More of the screenshots of the 3D model, and this is the front. What also makes it special as well is got double the arrays of lighting. And what I wanted to do on my assetto corsa to make it so, because I'll show you when I show you on assetto corsa, because one of the inspirations as well of the interior, okay, we'll hold that, we'll explain later on. So this one is got a scoop, like, you know, like the scoop like the GT3. This one is a GT3, but it's gonna be a lot more aggressive. This is just the rally spec, but the only thing that is GT3 about this part is just the wood, like forgot what they call it, but it's to allow air to pull in the front, to push the car more towards the ground for extra, I believe they call it mechanical grip. So these are the different aspects of it, which will be animated or slash mechanical. Okay, I'll show you the 3D model now. So this was when I work on 3D models, I tend to build them incrementally, so I don't have one save file. I save them, like, for example, Danda 1, Danda 2, Danda 3, that kind of thing. That way, so if I lose my files or my hard drive in general, it's easier to recover multiple files than to try to recover one file. So this is the start. This was the start of the design build. As you can see, it's quite primitive, very flat, no definition at all, but you can get the general idea. It was heavily inspired by the BMW X6 as well. You know, the BMW X6, it looks like a saloon slash SUV, but I wanted to make it bigger and more beefier, because I wanted to in general, the racing circuits, they tend to be very wide, right? So I wanted to give you the sense that you're taking the entire road, like that it's generally, like, make it a little bit difficult to drive. That's why the specs will be insane on it. Okay, so that was the basic block. So this is more a little bit fleshed out. So these are the lights at the front. The black will most likely be the airflow areas, but I might actually take off all this, just take it off completely. Just a moment, let's change the tunes. There we go. Okay, not that. Okay, so I might be removing this, like, for example, leaving it like this, and this as well, and finally this. Okay, so including the black plastic will be entirely devoted for airflow, because as you can imagine, the engine, oh yeah, the engine is rear mounted. It'll be a flat mounted engine for maximum stability and for the needs I needed to provide. And for the VR project I'm working on, I want it to be very modular, to be able to switch out different facets of it, or even morph them. Like, when I say morph, like in game, you should be able to design, like, for example, how I'm doing this on this 3D program, like morph it like that. Like, you remember the classic Need for Speed games where you could do that. So moving on, this is more neutral color, so you can see the general shape. This one is more fleshed out. You can see the height difference at the back, a little bit more defined. It is naturally a lot wider because I want it to be big, because I generally like bigger cars in general, and I believe most the vehicles of the future will generally be bigger and have a bigger space inside. So this is the interior. It's largely complete. It just needs fleshing out and just detailing. So what I was talking about, how the hub will be static, so most of the telemetry will be up here, the revs, the gears, and I was thinking maybe putting the tire temperatures along here, but I was thinking maybe put them here at the back. It will still retain at the back. It still retain the this back one. I'm thinking here at the back, since it's quite obscure, because generally they tend to be obscure in most cars. Well, I guess if you're in a VR headset, it won't be as obscure, but generally I wanted, because you'll be sitting maybe in a position like this, right? Generally in VR. So besides, more real estate for data, because it's always good to always have more, right, than less, right? And this is another part as well for the telemetry. I'm not sure what I'll add on there. Not sure at the moment yet. Maybe timers. Oh yeah, I remember. This was built for Arma 3. Like all this would have been, well, natural vehicle telemetry, but this would be more military, like say Arma 3, for example, weapon toggles and things like that. But since I'll mostly be primarily for assetto corsa, beamng, this I might be taking this off, because if I do take it off, it gives us a little bit more visibility. Let me check this off and then I'll show you what it actually looks like. Delete faces. Right, still need to delete a little bit more. Delete faces. Okay, there you go. So it would look like this for the GT3 and the Rally spec and the civilian spec. The civilian spec might have limited. For example, I might just take this off completely, but I think I might just keep this. For example, I could use this screen for the what do they call it? They call it the picture-in-picture. So picture-in-picture mirrors over here, and the right one over there, and then picture-in-picture. Perhaps maybe I could have a function whereby you could press buttons to switch around this different screens you would like to see. For example, you could set this up to see the rear camera, so your eyes are always on the road. Maximum efficiency. Right, so what else? Oh yeah, this is the more of the functions of the vehicle. Butterfly doors. Reason why it was built with butterfly doors to start with is because of Arma 3. Largely because of Arma 3. The idea behind it was this to be an interceptor, a heavy interceptor. Think of it like a Hunter in Arma 3, but more engine power and kind of more armor as well. And the idea was, because in Arma 3 there's a mechanic whereby you can engage in vehicles and you've got freedom of movement. Well, it's limited, but you still got freedom of movement to rotate your arms while you're in the vehicle. And I'll show you the inspiration for this. It's actually on the picture-in-picture, what you call it? Let's go to desktop. the picture in picture. Yeah, the trial is run out. God damn. Okay, it's the SGC tags and GT3 SGC. Then I will just go on here. Show you what I meant by the inspiration of the picture-in-picture site, like in the all of it contained in one single cockpit. Okay, while it's doing that, I'll show you the drawings, the concept. So this was the actually this was the start, the basic fleshing out. So this is the this face right here will probably more likely for the GT3 spec, but on the VR title I'm working on, I'm planning it to be interchangeable. Like imagine you know, imagine, you know, Arma 3, you've got virtual arsenal. Imagine you can switch that around, but for vehicle parts. Well, like Need for Speed or the Crew. And the GT3 spec and the rally spec will have the wings directly what's the word, directly strapped to the diffuser, which the diffuser is directly connected to the support structure. And yeah, this was the primitive start of the process. More fleshing out of the body, but this rear wing will not be as exaggerated as it looks over here. There's a reason why I actually made it like this. This was designed to be can I zoom in? Yeah, this was designed to be able to animate it like an active wing. Probably might keep it for yeah, I'll show you what I mean by active wing when I show you the 3D model. So this is more of the interior. I think I've showed you this already. So I'll show you what I meant by the inspiration of the interior. Right, just go right in here. Go to. Okay, why isn't this working? Okay, that's not working. Let's try this again. Okay, so it's not doing what I wanted to do. Right, that's fine. If I go down here and move it down a little bit. We actually need the real head motion thing. Real head motion is a mod for multiple racing games. Most of them tend to support it. Okay, we'll end the task. That should fix it. I'll show you why I'm activating it. It's a very good reason why. Why isn't it doing that? Okay, there we go. So what it does, it tracks. Okay, I need to show you the. You actually need to see the. Or you turn the webcam. Orbis show VCD.
Obi's video capture device active.
So you see, as I'm spinning around the wheel, let's position this properly. as I'm moving the wheel around, you can see it's relative to the rotation of the wheel. The camera is relative to the rotation of the wheel. It's slightly slowed down, otherwise it'll be janky as fuck. So it's a mod I use for, well, multiple project cars, beamng, assetto, corsa, that rally, all of them do it. So you see over there, this is what I was talking about. Oh boy, there's a conflict. I think they have multiple of them active. That's why it's doing that. So it's skidding out. Oh yeah, I was right. Okay, let's close the other one. Okay, should be stable. So see on the screen over here, that's the mirror for the left side, and then that's the mirror for the right side. That's the idea behind it. But unlike this one, it will also have telemetry on the hub as well, but when you spin the wheel, it won't move. It will be just purely static. So if I move a little bit back, you'll be able to see it. See, right in front of your face. Very, very good idea. I might just keep this blank, like the top part of it. Depends on how it goes. Right, so that's what I wanted to show you. Let's shut this down.
Application force terminated.
So how many minutes? 21 minutes. Oh boy, taking a lot longer than I expected it to. Okay, what was the other parts? Okay, one of the things I'm still debating, and it's looking very okay. The idea was, what if instead of 4, since it was 4 seats, was largely because of Arma 3, and instead we remove that, and then we move the entire setup to be in the center. This is actually be good for Arma 3 as well, because you could argue that you've moved these for balancing reasons. Just move this right, yeah, right in the center. Still needs to move a little bit. Is it centered? Let's center on that. Okay, there you go. Center just like that. And if I go to object mode, and then I click on faces, and then I remove these faces, you see just how much visibility we have. Okay, there we go. And if I go to object mode again, then date object. Okay, zoom in on there. You can see the kind of visibility we have. Can I move the camera up? Okay, there we go. Move the camera up. Right, so you can see how much visibility you have. But also one thing I was thinking of, yeah, before we proceed to that, we'll go back to object mode, zoom in on that bad boy. Okay, zoom in on him. See, you'll see his view. Zoom in right into his head. See how much visibility he's got. You can see how strategic it is to be able to shoot. That's roughly I mean in Arma 3, since you can shoot from vehicles, and how I like their system, how you can do that, and you can move your firearm while it's in a vehicle. But restricted you will be though. So so that's roughly about maybe 90 degrees of engagement, or you could say freedom of movement. 90 degrees. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. Could easily engage front threads. Easily. Avoiding the driver as well. That's if you're not using the ACE add-on, because the ACE add-on will disable will make you deaf if you fire weapons in close confined spaces. Yeah, but that's the general idea behind the 3-door thing. It's also for VR as well. You can imagine you could have add my functionalities to this vehicle. For example, imagine like something like Space Engineers, where like you could have like a console around here for multiple things. You have a lot of freedom to add different functionalities to it. So I don't know if I showed you this yet, but if I go back to object mode and switch to rotation, butterfly doors largely was for Arma 3, but I'm just keeping them because it's just too sweet, way too sweet. As you imagine the interaction with it, like in VR, in the VR project I'm working on. I'm still need to get the VR headset. I'll be getting it next year, so probably by the time I have the VR headset, probably maybe next year, 2 years time, the project should be largely established. Should have all the backend complete. I'm doing the art and the programming as well behind it. By then I should be quite competent with C++. Anyway, so one of the things I want to show you, remember I stated about the exaggerated like rear wings. This is still not the final design of them. Instead I was thinking, okay, let's, how many minutes? Oh man, this is already too long. I might do another video because I wanted to build a new rear wing in real time with you guys to show you what I meant. So this is attached. Okay, so I can't separate. So I wanted, imagine if this section wasn't there, this part. I wanted to have like an active wing behind it, you know, like the McLaren. I mean, there's never been a rally car with an active wing, has there? That would be pretty sick. What else? Okay, this is the final one. Right, if I go to the orthographic, is it Alt Q? Is it Control Q? Oh no, that's not it. I forgot what it was. It was Shift Q, Control Q. No. Space Q. Okay, let's see. View toggle. Control Alt Q. Okay. So if I move, no, that's not what I Control Alt Q. No, this is not what I want to do. What did I want to show you? Oh yes. If I go back to object view, I'll probably make another video, maybe soon-ish. No promises. So this is yeah, I didn't talk about the engine. So I'm planning to have it between 800, maybe 600 for the civilian, 600 horsepower to 1200. And this will be a flat line engine, let's say maximum 12 pistons or maybe 16 if I want to go crazy on it, but I'm thinking between 8 and 12. Yeah, 8 and 12, that's a good start, very good start. This is just a placeholder for it at the moment. All these parts will be custom built, of course heavily inspired by real stuff, you know, to add that immersion into it as well. Still need to build the suspension. The red diffuser needs more designing. I need to iterate more on that, but it's gonna be fun. So yeah, conclusion, this will be done for, this will be a mod for beamng, assetto corsa, GTA 5, let's say probably GTA 5, and then maybe Arma 3. The reason why I stopped for Arma 3 is because the optimization on it is fucking garbage. It's just garbage. Right. I still make. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I need to make a video about the voice attack thing. I still haven't done that because I've heavily updated it. So right now it's got like how many commands? All these are custom build commands, by the way. It's got what 216 commands, but I've managed to nest most of them within each other, so to cut down on the count and for efficiency wise. But it's sometime later I need to actually go in and fix all the spaghetti code in there, because there's a lot of spaghetti code in there. I probably condense it to maybe 150. Oh shit, 409 derived commands. Oh, that is ridiculous. Oh man, I was gonna make a video for that, like showcasing all the whole system, because I did make a video a while ago, but then I updated it a while back, like completely changed the back end, so it's functionally more efficient now, hella more efficient, no more hiccups. So I'll probably do that later on. Right, I probably forgot some of the stuff I wanted to add on there, but yeah, this is a good start. It's a really solid foundation. Yeah, one of the things as well I was deciding, yeah, before I forget, if I go zoom in on that. Okay, one thing as well I just changed is this is actually pretty sweet. It'll also give us more visibility, because generally I tend to prefer a good height, is even on assetto corsa, you know, to be able to see even further down, to see your bonnet. Like a lot of people don't really do that, but I prefer it like that. One of the functionalities I want to add to the VR game title I'm working on is the ability to move different parts of the vehicles around. Like for example, in addition with height adjust of seats and all that, also some almost like space engineers. You know how in space engineers you can have like pistons, right? You can have pistons which can lift things up, and you can control how they work. So that's part of the functionalities I'll add to the title. So I already decided the name for the VR title is going to be called, you know what, let me just keep the name for now. Someone might end up taking it. I'll just keep the name. I'll be starting a subreddit on Reddit for the title as well. How many minutes? 33. This took a lot longer than I wanted to, was expecting it to. I still need more stuff to do, like all that and all that. Getting there. It's gonna be sweet. Oh yeah, there's gonna be 4 versions. Civilian, semi-street, civilian, GT3 spec, rally spec. Probably maximum 8 versions, but the other 4 would be drastically different. Maybe instead of like this would be a coupe or a convertible, or like a military spec. Or I was thinking of actually doing a police themed version with blue lights and everything, so we can go cray on it. Oh, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be fucking sick. So imagine a military spec without any of the doors, right? Or police spec without any doors. More, let's say, more off-road type, you know, with what do you call those things, those bars over here. What else we could add? Or even like spare tires at the back, like some different accessories to it, and you could customize it up. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be really fun. But it's just that right now programming is taking a lot of my time, like learning C++. C++ is not fun, but I'm getting there, getting the hang of it. But before we go, let's go have some fun. Okay, let's save this. Let's just save. Here I go. Okay, minimize, close. Okay, minimize that. Let's go have some Dorito fun. Yeah, when I do, oh no, close that. So yeah, expecting to release it maybe 4 months time. Hashtag soon, hashtag TM. Right. Let's go have some fun. Let's go with the Dodge. Gotta love that American muscle. Where's the Dodge? That's fine. D-O-G-E-G-E. There we go. I need to add this to my favorites actually. Yeah. Okay, let's add that to favorite. Oh, it's already on there. Okay. Mellow yellow. That's more brownish though. Let's go mellow yellow. Right, that's set up. Fun, fun, fun. Let's change it to... yeah, boy. Whoa, what is going on? What is going on? It's just looked up. Off we go. Sideways. We'll have some fun before I go. Yeah, there's gonna be a little bit of lag for about 40 seconds after I start assetto corsa. It just happens. It's taking its time. There we go, finally. Get in the door, silent walk was the first to speak. Speaking like a real freak, voice in my head, in my bed, filled with you instead. Taking your time, what's my mind, wanna play with you. Pretend it's so true. Let's burn those babies up. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Yeah, also question for you guys who play BMG, how do you fix that ridiculous thing whereby the force feedback when you are, let's say, drifting? You see how in assetto corsa it's really snappy, like how the wheel returns like that. On our BMG it's very sluggish for me. I'll probably make a video about that because I've been looking for a fix for that. See why the real head motion mod is really useful. So it means if I don't have a VR headset, I can still enjoy the immersion. .60 entry. Oh yeah, nailed it, nailed it, nailed it. Oopsie. Yeah, there's no saving that. Why does the force feedback feel weak? %. Should be fine now. Go for one more victory lap. This is the hardest part of this track. It's really hard to overestimate your speed on this one. Yeah, it's almost impossible to nail all the time, but we'll get it next time. Entry. Yeah, boy, didn't even touch the wall. Imagine you could do this on BMG, man. It would be the best game ever. It's a shame, it's a goddamn shame. Yeah, I can't wait to get the mod up. Oh yeah, so what ideas have you got for the liveries? I already got a couple of ideas of my own, but you guys want to start making liveries? Yeah, that'd be sweet. I'll be sharing this to the assetto corsa mod page on Facebook and to beamng mod page. I think the one with Nicky and his men. husbando guy on their page as well. Oh man, it's really hard to drift and talk at the same time. So much can go wrong. Yeah, assetto corsa, maybe, yeah, assetto corsa Reddit as well. And what else? I might put it up on the arma 3 subreddit, but still, yeah, might not be making it for arma 3, because fuck that optimization, man. Fuck that shit. What else? Yeah, I'll be fine. Imagine a couple of days on beamng just drifting out in the mountains. I wish we could mod, like, you know, the crew. That would be so sweet. At least if they gave us as well, they also gave us API access. Oh man, that would be so good. You could make your own custom game modes, or even like something like Altis Life, but on the crew. That would be insane. Hold it. Okay, oops. We have, oh boy. Power drained out on me. Yeah, if you could give me some ideas, what else to add to them. Yeah. This is like a learning curve for me since I'm making my little VR project. So the more ideas we have, the more exploration we can do, the more learning we can do. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, the project will be built on Unreal Engine 4. That's why I'm actually learning C++. I don't really have to because it's got the blueprint system, but you know, it's gonna make me a little bit more powerful. And besides, I like programming as well, so there's that. Fun. I couldn't decide whether to go in or to stay out. Yeah, I mean, well, the tires are completely fucked, so there's that. Can we do a 360 entry? Yeah, we can do it, right? There we go. Yeah, boy. Perfecto. Let's go in the pits. Yeah, I wonder how long this video is. It's a long than I wanted it to be, that's for sure. Yay! Tires are toast. Yeah, give me your ideas. What more to add? More the better. Also, if you got ideas for liveries, I'm probably repeating myself at this point. But yeah, fun.
Application force terminated.
Obis void recording.
Obi's recording is void.